Hey, it's Ross Payton with Role Playing Public Radio. We're playing Blades in the Dark, The Blind Eyes, Session 8. In the last session, The Blind Eyes, they had a meeting with the Falcons, could not agree to disagree, and then proceeded to murder them all and take over their territory. So, yay, gang war was successful. Of course, that raised a tiny bit of attention, a tiny bit of heat. One wanted level because, Flake did murder a patrol boat in the middle of the city with witnesses. So, but, it's fine. It was foggy. So, so yeah, you're at wanted level 2, but we've already done downtime, so we don't have to worry about entanglements and all that stuff yet. You are being haunted by the ghost of Marguerite. So every downtime, everyone's going to take 1 stress for now. Because the ghost is just, making things kind of miserable for all of you, a little bit. So, and that'll escalate, but not so far. That's it. So you do have a request for a job from Lord Skurlock. It can wait. Lord Skurlock is someone who is favorable. You have, I believe, +2 status with him. He's an eccentric noble, is quite wealthy, and of course there are many rumors that he is a vampire, which are totally not accurate. And you could also you could look into the Falcons' old contracts to investigate them and try and figure out who they were smuggling for and try and take that over. So they were dealing more mundane things, or you could, let's see here, ghost hunting. Yeah. There's been rumors about ghost hunting. You guys can make it up, kind of like a Red Market's, score if you want to do that. But yeah, you guys can all talk about what you, want, what the group's next move is. So, Salty, any thoughts about how you want to, what the group should do next?
I don't have any ideas.
Okay. Vimes?
I mean, I would like to, probably deal with the haunting thing in short order.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that definitely seems like a pressing matter.
Okay. So dealing with a haunting, I would say Audra, as a whisper, you could attempt to banish, the ghost or, harness it in some way. For example, you could collaborate with, Salvage to build some kind of, mechanism to trap the ghost. So you could use it to power some sort of hull later on. Or you could just banish it, get rid of it quickly. Or force it into somebody's body to possess it. But I don't know. There's not really specific mechanics for banishing a ghost. So a ritual, we could use the ritual rules for that. What are you thinking, though, Audra, as the supernatural expert of the group?
I was thinking about ritual, but I do like the idea of making him into a robot for our purposes.
Okay. So you would need...
What can we steal to enable that?
What can you steal?
Our core competencies.
Yeah. So yeah, you could get a hull that is yet to be unpowered, and simply steal that, and then shove the ghost into that. So we can do this as a score. The question is, what kind of hull are you looking for? Each one is, unique and handmade essentially. So you have to find, one that has been built, but has not yet been powered. And I'll say there's a number of tinkerers in the city. So there's always a couple of those, fitting that profile. You have to figure out what kind of features or what kind of hull you're looking for. Like a small, the hulls can vary in size from animal, like a dog or a cat size, to human size, to carriage size. So size, features.
Can we build a hull, or do we have to steal it?
Well, you can build a hull, but that would take a lot longer.
God, can we get a hold of a carriage size one and retrofit it onto a boat? I want Ghost Boat.
There you go. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that
Yeah, we can do
the
the engine.
I
I'm
would
sorry, Ghost Boat.
yeah, that's actually, yeah, I really like that idea. So, I would say, yeah, so all of you can gather information check to see what kind of carriage size hulls are out there, or vehicle hulls are out there. You can do, obviously, study would work. You could use any number of social actions to gather information from people, or you could listen to the ghosts themselves and attune to try and figure that out. So, yeah. Who? Let's see here. Salvage is the resident expert on hulls. Why don't you gather information first? I'll say
All
this is
right,
controlled.
Okay, could I actually use Tinker 1 since this is actually primarily that information? Okay.
Sure. So be controlled. You're rolling at your base.
Yep. Success.
Okay. Full out success. Okay. So are you looking for something that you could turn, like something that is a ghost boat, or something that could be turned into a ghost boat with the features that you want? I'll say you have two. Yeah.
Well, let's for the group, do we want something as a separate boat, or do we literally want one that could be integrated as a control into our boat?
Don't know. Just want a fucking Ghost Boat.
Okay.
It would probably be easier to make a new boat. You probably don't want to decommission your only source of income while you're doing that. So you kind of need the boat working all the time.
All right, yeah. So in this case, I think it would probably be easier to find maybe one that could be put into a boat, I guess, and then modified towards that instead of just having to reconstruct one altogether.
Okay, so there's you with your full success. Here's what you figure out. There are two possible choices. There is a tinkerer who is working for a rich family. The rich family is based in Whitecrowne, but the tinkerer is, what name should I give him? Or her? We'll say Narcus. Narcus is building a basically kind of like a ghost hull, a yacht, a smallish sort of yacht / pleasure boat that will be used by the families to sort of putter around right out off the docks of Whitecrowne. So that is literally a ghost boat, but it is meant to be, a
pleasure vessel. So
a party boat essentially. Now there's another tinkerer. So Marcus, ghost boat builder, and let's see here. There is another one who is only known as Song. Song is building a blue coat carriage for riot duty. So that's a land vehicle, but you could obviously cut off the wheels and turn that into an engine. If you got a boat to sort of put it on, you need a much bigger workspace. In order to do that, you need a warehouse. So that would be basically 2 scores, one to get that, and then another one to do all the work, because you're gonna need like workers and like a boat. So that would be 2 scores.
And if we could actually get the yacht, then there's nothing to say that we could put that in our own harbor and just modify it from there with a little more ease, probably.
Yeah. Once you have if you got the pleasure yacht, if you got the party boat, you would be able to basically modify it as a long-term project.
Yeah, I think that probably is going to be the best option to go for. So we can actually, because at least that gives us a little more leeway, and hopefully would be a little less heat that would be generated from that if we're not just stealing from the blue coats directly.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you does anybody disagree with that?
Sounds good to me.
All right. So I will say This is actually Narcus is in Silkshore, which is the Red Lamp District and an artist community. So he has a workshop in Silkshore. Let's see, which is not too far from the docks, and yeah, but he is quite doing commissions for the wealthy. Yeah, and the gondoliers have a lot of presence there. So. But that's all you know about him, about Narcus, and so we can get into the score itself. How do you want to try and relieve Narcus of his now of his pleasure boat? Of course, you also have to get your ghost crammed into that pleasure boat. So you can either build a vessel and put the ghost in there and take it to the pleasure yacht and then, sort of sail it out, or you could steal the boat, bring it to your lair, and then shove the ghost into that. Yeah.
Well, I think it probably would be better because we have yet to capture our ghost, right?
Yeah, it's haunting your asses right now.
That's what I thought. So, if we want to, Audra and I could take care of that. If everybody else wants to scope out the other, at least do recon on the yacht itself, see the best way we can get in, and then hopefully we would have that that's like the vessel prepared by the time we need to get in there.
Okay, so
okay, let's do a Han Solo special. Let's fucking win the boat in gambling.
Okay, I like that.
I like that idea.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
All right.
What skill do we use for gambling?
Well, first you have to figure out what Narcus is willing to gamble in.
Combination of finesse and sway. Also, he's a rich asshat in a quasi-Victorian, quasi-British city. He's gonna fucking gamble at something.
Yeah. You just have to figure out what his game is, or approach him socially and sort of lure him into whatever rigged gambling thing you want to, bet it. And of course, you'll need something to entice him to want to bet against you. So you'll need something to put up. Or say, convince them that you have something to put up that is worthy. But anyways, first off, let's do the engagement roll. Let's handle the ghost bottling first. I'll say you have 3d6 for that. It's daring, and you're actually at a higher tier than a single ghost. So, yeah, let's see here. So 4. So it's a risky roll to bottle the ghost. So this would be a tune or tinker. To build some sort of housing for the ghost and to put it in there. You do have a workshop, so you can do it. And
I have my fine lightning hook.
Okay.
And electroplasm vials and spirit mask and stuff.
Okay,
so
yeah. You're
we're
equipped.
going full dog catcher on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a risky roll. So either actually it would be Audra. You would definitely be in a tune roll to shove the ghost in there. So
and I can spend a.
Okay.
I can spend a stress to give you a +1 on that.
I'll also just push myself because I'm catching ghosts is the part of ghost work that I'm worst.
I'll say if you fail, if you get a partial, you would take. You'd have to make a resolve check to avoid taking additional stress.
Okay.
Because it's stressful to deal with ghosts.
Yeah, I just want to get it done because I want the main part of this to be the heisting the boat.
Oh, yeah.
5s. Okay. So resolve roll?
Yep.
5.
All right. One stress.
One extra stress.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. The ghost is in a container. It is relatively fragile. Definitely would release the ghost, and the ghost would be very angry if you were shot or somebody holding it, was to fall from a great height or that kind of thing. If you put it in a case, that's fine. But anybody with any whisper, anybody would recognize what's in the case pretty obviously. It's sort of, bleeding ghostly energy. So, but yeah.
So pick it up with the gloves. That's
basically. It's kind of leaking fog and there's little blue lights coming from it every once in a while.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but the ghost is
telling you how you're about to die, so,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ghost is real angry. So, meanwhile, for tricking Narcus into giving you his boat, you need to figure out a lot of what's the scam? Vimes, you kind of proposed this, I think. Do you have any ideas?
Okay, so first off, from a like narrative injection perspective,
Mm-hmm.
I want this to be a fucking like ridiculous game. I don't know if you remember particularly, there was like the one episode of How I Met Your Mother where like it started off looking like the game they were playing was Mahjong, but it just kept twisting from there. So we need this to be some real decadent shit is what I'm saying.
Okay.
And then, so this has got to run the normal, like the normal rules for the gambling type heist, right? So we've got to work our way onto the table and then, have something worth putting up in stakes, whether that's real or a legend, against what he's got. So I don't know. Anybody got ideas?
One thing is maybe to make this like a no-lose scenario is we lie to him about what the ghost is and wager that on our end. Like if we win, we get your yacht. If you win, you get our magical fortune-telling ghost.
Oh yeah, just make it seem way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so bring the ghost into it and say it's
that way. If we fuck up and lose, we still have gotten rid of our ghost. We're just at a yacht.
Yeah,
that's true. So.
Okay. That'll actually be it would have to be a very important or powerful ghost, or something. Yeah, a ghost with unusual properties. So you'd have to con him into believing that the ghost is super valuable because ghosts are actually fairly common. There's like
sure,
yeah. So, but a ghost with like a fortune telling ability, like if you fake the traveling case as being some sort of artifact that has fortune telling capabilities. Or you lie about whose ghost it is and say, oh, this is so and so, an important celebrity who died recently, and I stole their ghost. That would be good. I would say the game Mahjong gives me an idea. So the game there is a game that many nobles, the rich, decadent rich, in Duskwall play called Blood Tiles. Superficially, it looks like Mahjong. However, all of the tiles are carved from bone. And it's actually, there's a collectible, bone. It's called a collectible bone game because, there are different types of tiles based on the who the person is. So if it's like a prisoner who's been executed, you can carve certain different types of tiles. So they're all basically tiny magical artifacts infused with a fragment of the ghost's energy. And so, it's extremely weird to watch a game playing because it'll every time you play a tile, it'll show something of that person's life. It is the spirit wardens and a lot of people in the city are extremely not cool with it, and believe it should be banned, which of course makes it all the more enticing to the nobles, and the rich who play it. So it's a collectible bone game, Blood Tiles, coming to a store near you. So
I got your collectible bone game right here.
So you need to
gotta catch them all.
Oh. So, you're going to actually need a deck of tiles. There are professional blood tile players who have their own decks, and so you can recruit one as sort of your expert, or you could steal a deck, or you could forge one. You could use, so forging one would be certainly possible with a whisper and a tinkerer, but you could also, threaten or cajole or steal a deck from another player. So, I would say that's a game he would definitely be willing to do that in.
Rolling back, as far as the ghost, I've got something on that. Who was the artist that we took out into the Ghostlands?
Raffaello.
Yeah, let's start a rumor. That actually he died out there and his corpse has been possessed by a ghost, and the ghost we have is his actual ghost.
Ooh, I like that.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, so you can go to Silk Shore, where Narcus lives, and start spreading that rumor, and he'll be sure to pick it up. So, Vimes, you could roll consort, I guess. That would be a good roll.
I mean, how about sway, considering I am actually lying?
Okay, sway would work too. I'd say this is controlled. If you fail, you just it's not going to be very effective. It'll just you're a partial. Yeah, it's just more successful the more you roll. There's no real other consequences, at least at this point.
Okay. Anybody not busy and want to help me spread rumors?
I got you.
All right, critical.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, it spreads like wildfire. And you leave in enough details that you can easily, whenever you confront Narcus, he will certainly believe that your case has the real one because you've insinuated the rumors with certain details about what his real ghost looks like and acts that are just happen to be like the ghost that you have bottled up. So, it'll be quite easy to persuade him, and he will be very enticed and very interested in getting this ghost. So Rafello will be pretty miffed about hearing. Well, he might even be excited about hearing that he's been murdered.
I was in a disguise.
Yeah.
He does not know that it was us.
I know. No, I'm just saying in general. I mean, eventually he's going to hear about these rumors. And I'm not sure how he's going to feel about that. But that's another day. So he might hire you to find out who's spreading those rumors.
We'll put those fuckers right in the ground.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So actually, I would say you could just buy you could rent a deck of blood tiles for 1 coin. If you don't want to bother with getting a better deck, but a generic deck isn't good. It'll get you in the game, but you definitely have to cheat if you're going to win against Narcus. Narcus is a serious player, so he has a good deck of blood tiles.
Well, I already have fine loaded dice and trick cards.
Okay. Fine loaded dice and trick cards. Okay. If that's on your equipment, then I guess, that would work. So you've got
I'm already a blood tile tournament grinder. It's
okay.
part of what I do as my vice.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Touche.
I'm just having a really hard time breaking on to the Blood Tile Pro Tour.
Yeah. So if you're the one making the gambling checks, then you can definitely do that. You definitely know how to play. You might be able to win legitimately. Let's see. So the next step is, of course, making the offer. How do you get Narcus? Do you stalk Narcus until you find out where he plays blood tiles and then worm your way in? Or do you try and invite him? Oh, let's have a game and have a wager. He'll be more suspicious of that, but you'd have more control over the place where you play and that kind of thing. So,
I mean, I feel like the usual beats of a story like this is that he plays at some exclusive game that we have to worm and invite him to, but we don't have to go that route if somebody else has something.
Yeah, he would definitely be more easier he'd be less on guard if you show up at his usual haunt instead of lure him into a different place. So he plays at the Moon's Daughter. It's technically it's a tavern in the Silk Shore that caters to blood tile players and the gambling. So the Moon's Daughter. If you want to spend a coin to get in and start playing, how are you playing? What's your approach to this?
I mean, to the degree that it is a skill-based game, I am going to play for about a 55% win rate. So just enough that I'm not getting behind and I can actually slowly advance, but I don't want to make it a meteoric thing.
Okay. You could use study for that sort of methodical approach. That would be the obvious, or survey. That would work too.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. It's a pretty methodical, analytical method. It sounds like you're doing.
Yeah. What's a devil's bargain?
Devil's bargain. Okay. Let's see here. Do you have any coin on you?
Yeah, I've got a couple left.
Okay. You get your pocket picked. You lose a coin. You're so focused on the game that you don't.
For a die? Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
And there's a 6. I'm having a good day.
Yep. Yeah, you advance. So you get to the point where you can arrange a game with Narcus without arising any suspicion. Now, the Moonstarter, as like I said, is a blood tile den of gambling. There are guards, watching to make sure nobody overtly cheats. You can still cheat, obviously, but it would be risky unless you do something to deal with the guards. And
here's my move, actually. Right?
Okay.
So this is a tavern, or a public house of some sort, and people are playing games. And if this, potentially apocryphal story of the creation of the sandwich tells us anything, it's that nobles like to snack when they're gaming.
Sure.
I am going to notice what he is ordering. And the flashback is going to be that one of my compatriots is working in the kitchen that night and can dose whatever I communicate to them with some sort of, not serious drugs, but enough to put him off his game and make him suggestible.
Drugs? That sounds like a Salvage move.
I think Aaron should handle that, most certainly.
So Salvage, that will cost you 1 stress for that flashback because you had to worm your way in. But yeah.
Sure,
We
why
drug
not?
his calamari rings.
Yeah. Probably Prowl or Finesse would work to dose a drink, to spike a drink.
I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Part of me really wants to see Flake take this one on, just because it's hilarious.
Yeah, Flake probably could do that, but certainly, I mean, if he's in the back of the kitchen, it doesn't really matter as much.
Yeah, give Aaron his moment. He can do it.
Well, no. If you,
Right, I was just in the visual.
Well, actually, if you want to possibly put something in towards mine, it could be a handoff scenario where I prepare it, make sure it's switched out, and then you give your own je ne sais quoi to this. So
Flake, you either one of you can roll and the other one can assist.
Okay,
as you're both in the kitchen. So yeah,
I if you can assist me, I'll have a 3 on finesse. So
I'm assisting you in doing what?
Spiking the drink
and then handing it off. So
Turtlenecks did become all the rage in Duskwall after a mysterious surge in blowgun attacks. The daily paper 500% increase in blowgun attacks in the last week.
So does that mean they're tactical turtlenecks?
Yeah. Actually, there was a
sure. I can stand in the back of a kitchen while you sweat. We'll go full Russian FSB, I guess.
Yeah.
See anything? All right.
Well, you're very wide. You provide sort of a cover. Like you just stand there.
I also don't belong in a kitchen.
No, what are you talking about? You're the back of the kitchen. You're washing dishes. Like they definitely have. Like,
okay, and as much as you've put yourself in the forefront on that, you've got this. So.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stand there. Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
So you get a bonus die from Flake,
and I'll go ahead and push myself to get another one. So
sure.
I don't want to screw this up.
Yep.
Watch me drink the tea.
Mm-hmm.
See, what I want to see is Flake back there giving sage advice, whichever character.
The dishwasher.
Yeah.
What are you dosing him with, by the way?
Let's see.
Vimes, what did you want him to be dosed with?
Anything that produces mild euphoria and suggestibility.
Okay.
Oh, then absolutely. We have trans powder that we can put this in there easily. So
not enough to put him to sleep, but just to get him on.
When in doubt, we use trans powder.
Yeah,
exactly. So that makes everything good.
All right.
So we're fine.
All right, I'll say a partial success is you sneeze while you're doing it, and you're gonna get a mouthful as well.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time I've dosed myself, so it's not that big of a problem.
I like that mythical gang that every kid in Dare asked questions about. What if they make me take drugs?
You're lucky you.
Yeah.
All right. So, somebody comes in with a bunch of dishes, knocking Flake slightly, which bumps into you. So the trans powder falls on the floor. You don't get a dose because it's not near your face, but you lose your moment. Yeah, it's out. And you don't have time. You have to send it out. So
just do it again with some other drug, please. Like send something that's not trans powder. Like,
oh yeah, I'll let you try again with you could hastily. You have a second to do it. This is a desperate roll though, yeah. So you can.
Okay,
yeah.
I know what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of doing that, the only other thing on my bandolier is Quicksilver, which canonically makes somebody more more aware of ghosts and the supernatural. So we're gonna drive them a little bit nuts by thinking there's ghosts around them, or being aware of them at least.
Okay. Sure.
So, or I will say this right now: do you want them? Or I do have some standstill potion. Do you want to freeze them?
Just whatever is the most, like, the brain is labeled Abby normal.
Actually, no.
Okay.
I would say you could reach down and scoop up the trans powder. It's still good. It's only got a bit of floor filth. So,
Okay.
yeah. So it's desperate.
All right.
If you get
Definitely not traces of other drugs on the floor filth in a Dust Ball kitchen.
Fine, it's good. It's just cinnamon. It's okay.
So yeah.
All right.
If you get a partial,
what kind of drink are we putting it in?
The cup the drink that we were using. So
yeah, he's a rich, so he has a very fancy tea. Yeah.
All right. So can I get one more stress from you, Flake, or are you just?
I'm already at 4. If you want me to fight later, I'm probably going to need to.
I'll give you one.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All right. So yeah, sure. The whole gang's there apparently working the kitchen. So
you
yeah,
need a server, and I'm a
I was
walker,
recruited.
so I'm a server.
All right.
all right.
I didn't have a choice. I was just minding my own business.
Okay.
It's Notion's move, so we'll do it. All right. Let's see what happens.
All right. So it's desperate. So it's gonna be real bad if you don't.
All right.
Get it.
Partial success. So.
All right. So you scoop up a handful of the powder, you pour it in, and you're like, okay, it's still good, go for it, and then you sneeze into your hand.
As I'm doing that, I wipe my hand over my face, inhaling, going, "Oh shit!"
No. You sneeze into your hand, blowing the powder in the air. So all of you need to make a resolve resistance check for trans power. All 3 of you who are in the kitchen.
Jeez.
I make
6.
it. No, I have partial.
Well, it's 6 minus your highest number is how much stress you take.
Oh.
Or you can take a.
You only take stress if you resist, right?
Yeah, if you resist.
No, I'm high. I'm fine.
Okay, you're just high. All right, so yeah.
I breathe it in. It's free.
I'll be high for it. I'll be high.
Yeah,
for
you breathe it in. So Flake is basically not in this. He's going to be. Yeah, if you want Flake to do something, it's going to be a challenge. But you two, Salty takes 0 stress because he rolled a 6. Salvage, you take 2 stress.
Okay.
I will fall asleep on a bunch of potatoes.
All right.
Salvage, what are you doing back here?
I'm having a good time.
This is not the time for good times.
You don't tell me what to do, Mom.
All right.
Can I find Vimes out there?
Yeah, you can bring him the drink. It has been spiked.
Vimes.
What?
It's not ideal.
When is it ever?
Flake's high.
Mr.
Very, very
Salty,
high.
come sing old Skvalian songs with me.
He's asleep on the potatoes.
Oh, the leeches took mother's eyes. During the war year.
I don't know what he's about to serve, but
You have the drink with you,
weird.
Salty. You could.
Oh no, I know. I'm just warning him that things may get a little silly here in a second.
I mean, it's good to be warned, but at least it's familiar.
All right.
Yeah.
I will say Narcus has been drugged though. It's a busy gambling den and it's lit by, it's dimly lit. So it's people aren't noticing things like that. So good job. Vimes, you can start gambling with him. I will say there is a clock for you to win the game versus a clock for you to lose the game. And I will say this puts you at 2 out of 6 to win. and you're 0 out of 6 to lose. Yeah, I would say, well, you haven't made your pitch yet, but you're already, a third of the way there. So are you making your pitch to Narcus now?
No, I'm trying to make it narrative. I want to build up the stakes at the table.
Okay.
I kind of, let's Casino Royale this bitch, right?
Okay.
Like what I'm trying to do. I'm assuming this is not a dueling game, that it's a multiplayer thing to be more gambly-ish. So what I want to try to do is get it down to a showdown. Just kind of bank out everybody else.
Okay. Do you just want to do that through actually playing the game, or are you going to do something?
I'm going to fucking it's gambling, so I am going to lie.
Okay.
I'm going to bluff and sway my way through this.
Okay. All right. I'd say that's pretty standard right now. I would say that's risky. If you succeed, if you get a partial, at least you'll get 1 on win, but you also get 1 on lose. If you get a full, you'll just get 1 on win and 0 on lose. And if you fail, you get 2 on lose. As your
cool.
Yeah.
I'll push myself for a die.
Okay. But Salty, you could assist by being the waiter who is surreptitiously sending signals to, looking at the players' blood tiles, their hands, essentially. Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah.
Even better. Ooh.
Right.
Partials.
Partial. So you're at 3 out of 6 on win and 1 on 6 to lose. So you have eliminated the other players. It is now between you and Narcus. Right now you're just betting on money. So you've earned enough that you haven't lost any. So you're basically at a total for this entire thing has just been a -1, which you should have already paid. So right now you haven't lost any more money, which is good. But right now you're just playing for coin. And Narcus is, of course, noticeably a little woozier and he's having a good time. He orders some wine. He's being looser, playing faster, taking bigger risks. So he's playing into your hand. Yeah. But you need to make the pitch sooner than later. Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is just sort of actually what I want to do is go hard and use sort of a suicide strategy where essentially I am pushing down my own bankroll a little bit, but trying to burn his harder and faster. So I want to maneuver him into a position where he needs to put up something other than money.
Okay.
Because he wants to keep playing.
All right.
Trying to sunk cost fallacy him.
Okay. I would say this is risky. If you fail, you gain 3 on lose and lose 2 coin. If you get a partial, you'll get 1 on win and lose 1 coin. And if you succeed, you get 1 on win. And Salty can assist again.
Assist.
Yeah.
And I'm having fun, I guess. I will push myself again for the extra die. We'll see how things turn out.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Hey, there's
full success. All right. So you get 1 on win. You're at 4 out of 6. And you succeed. He is getting desperate. He's like, I'm about tapped out. Excellent. I did not catch your name.
Lee.
Well, excellent play. I've how the time has passed. But I've made a rule long ago to only bring in as much coin as I'm able to lose, and I have lost all my coin. But I feel excellent, which I say means it is coin well spent. But I must finish my wine, and I must retire, for I have a full day of work tomorrow.
Well, perhaps I can bring something in that might pique your interest for one more hand.
Oh, and what is this?
You have a reputation as a collector of artifacts. Have you perchance heard the tale going round that when the artist Ruffalo went out for research into the ghost lands, that he actually was slain, and his body is now being perambulated around the city by a ghost from the ghost lands that took over him.
Oh, yes, I have heard that story. It is quite fascinating. The details seem to line up with my own observations in some ways. But
it's funny because artists are weird.
Yeah. Yes. I have indeed. Why? Have you one of his paintings? Or I would very curious to see how the new Raffaello paintings were.
Well, I'll reach around the pack and pull out the proton pack or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have something that might even be of further interest than this. If you've heard those rumors, then by all means, you know what this is.
It is his ghost. Oh, I must have it. It is so many interrogations I must of art. Yes. But as I said, I am out of coin.
Here are our stakes, then. I understand you have a fine ship in the wharf.
Yes, my workers have been talking, I see. Yes, I do have a commissioned yacht. It is actually not mine. It has been paid for by a very wealthy and anonymous client in Whitecrowne. So it is not mine to give away, or to gamble with. But
you are the artisan. Until they take possession, the object is yours, even if it is eventually spoken for. Surely for a thing like this, it would be worth taking on the extra. Just consider it an investment.
All right. You already made the case. He's already drugged. So this is going to be a controlled roll. There's definitely going to be sway to sway him to do this. So if you fail, you can try again, but this time it would become desperate. If you get a partial, you'll succeed, but the begging will be obvious and it'll raise 2 on your lose meter, as he gets more suspicious. If you win, he just accepts it. So
okay.
Yeah.
I'll push myself again.
Okay. Salty, you can't really assist with this because it's sway.
Here goes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Woo. All right. So, does not increase your win meter since you weren't playing, but he has agreed to it. So if you get those final 2 ticks on that clock, it's yours. At least as long as he's high. Once he sobers up, he's probably gonna fuck no. So yeah.
On to it then.
Yep. All right. So you can continue to play, and this time for realsies. But it's definitely going to be risky because he's going to try real hard to get it, even though he's really high and drunk. He is a pretty good player, and he has a better deck than you.
Well, this is where I actually do want to. So I'm going to do some sideboarding. Now that we have firmly established that this is Magic the Gathering Club, and bring in some of my trick tiles.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're going to cheat, swap things out, basically. Yeah. Let's see.
And I'm also I'm really just aiming for extra effect.
Okay. So you want to? Okay, so
I want to finish this.
All right. You can make this a desperate roll, and it'll get 2 out of 6 if you succeed. If you get a partial, and that'll happen even if you get a partial. If you get a partial, though, you'll have to make a resolve check because it's so stressful to have this high stakes game. It gets very anime, as it's like, will this cheating be detected? Just the beads of sweat are just pouring down you. And if you fail, it'll max out the lose meter because it's a desperate roll. Or you could, play more calculated and make it risky and just get 1 point on it.
We did all that last time. It's time to get down to the fun stuff.
All right.
Although, Salty, can you still throw me some signals?
Yeah, because it's cheating. Sure. Yeah, Salty can look behind you, look behind Narcus and send you signals. Because you already worked out, this hand gesture means this tile, and this means that. And Salty, of course, knows the rules to blood tile almost as well as you do.
This is probably a regrettable choice, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway. For a devil's bargain, can there be a structure in the game where you can actually like physically sacrifice some of your pieces for a benefit? So like I am cutting myself off from it. Like this is the final gambit. It's all like I can't play anymore after this, or at least not as effectively.
Devil's bargain, yeah, you can, but you'd have to make a resolve check, and it will be to avoid not just stress, but a level. Well, you can take a level 2 harm because it will physically hurt you.
I love it. Yes.
Okay.
You snap the tile. Not only do you lose the tile, but the ghost eats your hand. I like it.
And you cannot use armor on this because this is some ghost shit. So
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And I got a full success.
All right, but you have to make it regardless because it's the devil's bargain. So go and give me that resolve check. All right.
And I take 1 stress.
Yep, 1 stress or a level 2 harm. Probably the 1 stress. Yeah. All right. So at this point, you've attracted an audience. If there's of course the anime style commentator explaining the rules to nobody in particular. Oh, he's playing the hung man. He's playing. Oh, but he's countering with the crying widow. It's
Floop the pig.
Yeah. And he comboed it with the person trampled at a goat game. Yeah. The tiles are named after how the person dies, or something very tragic and goth about them. Meanwhile, Flake is making snow angels out of the filth encrusted floor of the kitchen, I imagine. So, he is stunned, and mutters, "Well, a bargain's a bargain." He is shocked. But you can, you need to take possession with it. So you probably,
all right.
Yeah.
I'll take the keys or whatever from him, and thank him very graciously and kindly for such a beautiful game.
Mm-hmm.
And then leave the public house and immediately hightail it around to the back because I'm gonna need salvage.
Yeah. I imagine the entire gang sort of leaves the kitchen. Salty and Salvage, are you dragging? Do you have to drag Flake with you, or is it?
Yeah, I'll probably just rig up a take several towels that they were probably using and just hook around his ankles and start dragging him behind us as he's continuing to flail and make more more crud angels.
I mean, good luck. I don't know how strong your character is, but
yeah, I'm not strong enough to do that.
Audra, are you also there? Are you going to help drag Flake away?
I can help drag Flake.
Okay.
The ghost in to make a move.
All right, so the three of them are dragging Flake out the back as Vimes goes out with the key to the boat. So you're leaving Narcus there.
That's a good point. Like we have to get this done before he sobers up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I will stay a little while longer. Here's what the plan was, right? So I'm going to pass off my disguise kit to Salty so he can go out, change a little bit. So he's obviously no longer the server. Come back in as my manservant, and I will give him the pink slip to the boat.
Okay.
And I will stay with sorry, what was his name? I know it starts with
Narcus.
Yes, Narcus. Okay. and I'm just going to help him overcome this. I will share an extra couple rounds with him. I will stall him so we can get this over with before he sobers up.
Okay, you don't have to roll. That's pretty easy to do. He is sobbing. My career, my fortune, it's ruined. They'll kill me. They'll kill me for sure. I'll be a ghost. I'll be in a hole. What have I done? I could leave for Lockport tonight. They'll not know, but my reputation. Yeah, he is inconsolable. So, Salty, you've changed into your manservant clothes. You get the pink slip. Audra and Salvage are dragging Flake each with one arm roughly across the street. Or you could they could just put him up against the side of a building for now. What do you? He is what do you want to do? Just head over to the dock where there's basically a warehouse, a boathouse where the boat, the ghost, the yacht is being built. So you know where it is. You just want to go there now directly, Salty?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you were still talking to Vimes.
No. Vimes is keeping Narcus distracted while the rest of you go get the boat. You have the pink slip, the deed of ownership for it. So you head over there, and there's some night watchmen. There's some guards. 2 of them, in fact. They are armed with pistols and knives. So,
excuse me, gentlemen. We are here to pick up this vessel.
What's all this then?
I mean, I have a deed here for this vessel. We need to pick it up.
Boy, let me see that. Oh, this looks like a forgery. Don't it, Blake? Yeah, Blake, it looks like a forgery to me, Blake. Yeah, it does. You go on off then. This is for respectable people, not whatever you are. Get on before I break my boot off in your head.
I mean, this deed was just given to us by what's his name?
Narcus.
Well,
that seems quite unlikely. In fact, I don't believe you at all.
Well, you should talk to Narcus about his poor gambling habits.
Yeah, seems right. Well, you bring Narcus here then, and I'll believe it if I hear it from my boss.
Look, I hate to do this to you guys, but he lost it. It's ours. We're gonna take it, and we'll make it very painful for you if you prevent us from doing so.
Oh, no. We ain't tricked by something like that. Hey, Blake. Yeah, Blake. Go. Get out your whistle and call the bluecoats. We got some vagrants here.
You know what's really funny about the name Blake? It rhymes with the name Flake, and I happen to know a guy named Flake. I don't know if you've heard of him, but I mean, he's usually who I contact whenever things don't necessarily go my way, and I don't think you'll like that.
Well, he takes out his pistol and points at you. Well, all right, that's serious. You're making threats against us. We're being legitimate private security agents contracted by our employer.
Well, yes, well then go talk to your employer, but I'm taking this boat.
No.
Who's with me right now? Anyone?
If they want to be.
I'm wherever I was dragged to. I don't know if I'm even conscious yet.
Flake, you could wake up now. It's been the gambling took quite a bit of time.
Okay. I get out of my wheelbarrow or whatever.
Yeah. You're in a wheel. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mr. Salty, where the small one with the robots, he took me in the kitchen, and I do not remember after that.
Yeah, well, he did some work and set up this really nice situation for us. Would you like to exercise your talents?
Who or what?
Well, this Blake guy right here and this dude. I didn't catch your name. What was it?
It's Blake. All right. The other one takes out his pistol as well. Actually, in his other hand, he has a whistle. Get on now, or we'll call the Bluecoats.
Call the Bluecoats, and you're going to be permanently making whistle noises.
All right, that sounds like a command. That's definitely going to be risky. So go ahead and give me a command roll. If you get,
Flake,
I guess I can make an assist with that as I stand up to my full height.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sidebar, I just can't help but imagine Flake here as being, after 10,000 years, I'm free. It's time to crush some
partial
heads.
success.
All right, partial success. They don't call the whistle yet, but they still have their guns pointed at you. So if you break out into violence, you're going to be it's going to be desperate because they literally are pointing guns at your head. So and there's enough distance that you can't they're far enough away that it would be very dangerous for you to try anything. So but yeah, they're not calling the cops yet. So
Blake, how many times have you been shot?
Oh.
No, I'm asking Blake, not Flake.
Okay, good. I have not counted.
How many times have you been shot, Blake?
3.
That's not nearly enough. Look, I'm not afraid of your gun. Even if I die, I'll just haunt your ass. So let's just make this easy. Your boy lost this fair and square. You're the ones making this a problem.
You bring our boss here, and we'll believe you.
Flake, go get the boss. He's not. Your boss ain't gonna like this. Trust me.
Where is the boss?
I think he's still in the gambling hall.
The Narcus gentleman?
Yes, the Narcus gentleman.
All the way back? He's very far. I prefer do now. Gentlemen, how much do they pay you?
Well, a coin a week.
It does not matter. It's not enough. I flip him a coin. Just there. It is weak. You go now. We have permanent. It's all fine. My head. It's pounding. I do not wish to do this.
All right, the one you handed the coin to goes away. The other one says, "Wait, what about me?"
I'll throw him one.
Share with your friend.
No. If Salty throws him one, he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, then, your paperwork appears to be in order." So they walk off.
It's like we're getting those coins back.
It's fine. Why always with the drugs? Why? There is no side effect to the hurting. You hurt them, they leave. It's just always with the with the trans powder. It is, when you have trans powder, everything. A nail? I don't know what you use trans powder on. He uses it on everything.
It just works.
Yeah, shut it. So loud.
All right. Well,
yeah, and you're heavy. So we're even.
Oh. All right. So you have the boat now. And you don't have to roll because you have plenty of time to get away before Narcus will wake up and realize what he's done. You now have a hull of a pleasure boat. It is vaguely swan shaped.
Nice inconspicuous vehicle for smuggling, guys.
Swan-shaped boat.
Yeah.
Is it a paddle boat?
No, it's powered. It's literally powered by Souls of the Damned. Like it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So
we can use it for social smuggling because now we have a fancy boat.
Yeah. I mean, you can always chop off the ornament, the swan.
We can't.
Right, but leave the wings and find a way for the ghost to animate them as an attack.
Yeah. So
doesn't Swan have eyes?
Sure.
Well, we have to blind it for branding purposes.
Okay. You can wrap a bandana around its eyes.
Yeah, we rename it the Blind Swan.
The Blind Swan. All right.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you've done a heist.
And here's its new mast. But I'm going to put at the head of the mast.
There we go. All right, so the ghost, this blind eye or the blind swan, you now have a second boat. You could actually use it. Now that you have two boats, you can have your crew. Where, you still have a NPC crew with you. They can do other heists while you're doing yours. So
when do these fuckers start generating passive income? What's the point of all this murdering unless they get their asses to work? Like,
I mean, they do things like keep your lair clear of rats and other problems.
I have a pack of feral dogs to do that. I want coin.
Okay, well that could be your next. That could be your next score.
Getting Waldorf and Stradler a job.
Yeah, your next, you could do another score, which is to find out what the Foghound's old contracts were and take those over, because those were more of the safer, more mundane kind of smuggling.
Don't we do downtime first?
Yeah, we do downtime first. So, first. Sorry. What?
Every time we advance tier, we're supposed to get coin.
Well, you haven't advanced a tier. You've advanced one tier, so.
But I'm just saying, like, that's if you want coin, play the faction game.
Yeah. Let's see here. So you had to pay coin to raise your tier. But I don't know where your the income. Like, is there passive income? Yeah. Anyways, first off,
probably on the advanced map.
Okay. First off, we'll do entanglements. You are at 4 heat, wanted level 2. So I roll 2d6. 6. Show of force. All right. Let's see here. All right. So a faction that doesn't like you is making a play against you.
The blue coats are the grinders.
Let's see here. I will say the grinders. You can give them your turf that you just won from the Foghounds, or you can go to war with them.
War.
All right. Well, that's war.
Never changes.
Yep. So, I will say from after this downtime. In fact, this will affect it now. Then, so you only have one downtime activity, unless you want to spend coin. So, because you're at war, and so you can't do as much as you used to because you're worried about people like seeing you and killing you. So, let's see here.
Yay!
Yep. So
I relieve stress.
Yeah. Flake relieves stress. Salvage, what do you want to do as your downtime activity?
Indulging by relieving stress by going over the specifics of the ghost integration.
All right, fair.
Because I used up a lot of stress.
Yep.
So did I.
All right. So everyone, I assume everyone's just going to relieve stress in your one downtime activity. Except maybe Audra. Are you doing that as well?
That's what I'm deciding right now.
Okay.
I didn't do that much.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see here. You do have a couple long-term projects. You got rid of Marguerite. But you do have Darrett, framing Darrett for your crimes is 4 out of 8, and building up a new police contact, blue coat contact is 2 out of 6.
Okay.
And anybody can do that. Or you could or you can acquire temporary asset to, maybe like a contact with an informant for the grinders to help you figure out how to shut them the fuck up.
What are they doing?
They sent their boys in to take over your turf, and your boys responded with fighting. So yeah, just a typical. If you're talking about what they do as a gang, in general,
either, both.
Yeah, they're a gang of former dockers and Leviathan blood refinery workers from the city of Lockport. They're here, basically doing crimes to send money back to Lockport for the revolution in Lockport. So, yeah. Yeah, they're basically smashing, grabbing, looting, and hijacking cargo barges, that kind of thing. So you operate in sort of the same area. And yeah, they're a tier 2 versus your tier 1. So they have canal boats, wrecking tools, explosives, and yeah. Leviathan Hunters certainly don't like them. Because again, they're from Blockport and again are just wrecking shit and cargo barges and stuff like that. So but yeah, they went into your turf to take it over. And the turf that you just seized from the Foghounds. And your boys responded, and you all jumped in as well to sort of rout them. Fought them to a standstill. So yeah. So Audra, did you figure it out?
Yeah, so the framing, were we working on something specific there, or
you were trying to frame actually one of the grinders for crimes? Darren,
right? I remember that. I didn't know if we had worked out something specific that we were working on.
Basically, the long-term project is planning evidence and stuff like that for Darrett, and then you would have to get then your wanted level will go down by 1 if he gets arrested. Right. So you need to fill the long-term project before arresting him will do any good. And he has to be alive when he's arrested. So because he has to go to prison for your crimes. But you're 4 out of 8 of planting clues and rumors and stuff like that. So the Bluecoats think he's been doing the crimes you've been doing. So it's a 2-part thing. So
if he and the grinders are randomly attacking our territory, can we, maybe this is a twofer, not possible, but just spread some rumor of where we'll be, but then tell the Bluecoats, so when they show up to fight us, they just find a bunch of cops.
That would be a score, yeah. That would definitely be a score to set up an ambush.
A score?
Yeah. I mean, basically, that's pretty complicated. But if you do that, that would be the equivalent of winning a gang war, because then they would no longer be fighting you, because they've got to deal with the Bluecoats now. And you could take territory. So that would be seizing a claim from them and winning a gang war. That would just be how you do that. So that would not be destroying them, though. But that would probably weaken their tier, because they're tier 2. So that would weaken them. If you succeeded, that would be put them at tier 1. You'd take a claim from them, and you'd no longer be at war with them. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
So, but that's definitely a score, because that's a lot of multiple parts. Gets stash equal to the crew tier. Okay. All right. So everybody got 3 coin because when you advance to tier 1.
Stash, not coin.
Oh, stash. Okay, yeah. So that's retirement funds. So Audra, you could but yeah, framing Darrett for your crimes is a specific thing, and that doesn't have to be a full score. He just has to get arrested. So, but
yeah.
And in fact, those could happen out of order. So, if he gets arrested as part of that, setting the Bluecoats against the Grinders score, then you could, once you finish that long-term project, they're aha, we found evidence that you're doing all this shit. And then your wanted level will go down. So.
All right. Well, then I'll just do some of the framing action, because I don't really want to risk overindulging.
Yeah, fair. Do you have a trauma?
I do. I'm cold.
So you gain a stress.
Oh, that's right. So I have to do it. Well, then I will do at least 1. We'll see.
Well, yeah. You can spend coin or a rep from the group to do that.
No, it's fine. I'll just go party.
Okay. We'll go ahead and roll then.
Nope, that's too many dice. Well, I'll take the 3 anyway, because that is exactly
how
much I need. Just take the first 2. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. So you cover 3 stress. All right. So you can deal with the grinders through the way Audra suggested, which is to basically lure them into a fight with the Bluecoats. Then they would be so distracted and focused on the Bluecoats that they wouldn't be able to deal with you. Or you could just attack them directly. Yeah. So, Yeah, or you could just do that job for Lord Skurlock I mentioned if you just want to earn some money. But, yeah. What do you want to do?
I want my downtime activities back, personally.
Okay. So, I mean, there's any number of ways you can get back at the grinders. This if you do a score to hurt them, and take territory from them, that'll end the gang war in your favor. But yeah, there's any number of ways of doing it. It could just be a direct assault. You could trick them somehow. You could lure them into a fight with the bluecoats, like I mentioned, or like Audra mentioned. Yeah, you all decided you need to go to war with the grinders because they're just being jerks. You're at war with them. They wanted your territory, and you fought back, and now you're at war. So you have to, watch out about every time you leave your lair about, not getting stabbed or shot, which is a bit annoying. So
I still have my dogs.
Yeah, you haven't used them, so yeah.
Okay. Flake is both reckless and vicious, so he's going to do his own war. Hopefully that's a distraction enough for you guys to make a better plan. But where's their turf?
Abandoned dock warehouse and underground canal dock. There again, the reason why you went to war with these gangs more is because you're all operating in the same area. So they're not very far from.
Are they smugglers as well?
No, they're thieves. They do smash and grabs, and they hijack or basically pirate cargo barges and shit like that. But yeah,
So are they getting protection from anybody?
They have some allies among the dockers and the Ulf Ironborn, whoever those are.
I mean, are they running a protection racket, or are they just stealing from people on the?
No. Their whole thing is that they're from a different city, Lockport, and they're just looting this city to raise money for their revolution back home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where's the last place they robbed?
Let's see here.
I want like a real mom and pop dock business,
okay, sure,
not a big corporation.
The Hooded Lantern. They robbed the public house.
Okay, I go there.
Okay,
that's what I'm doing. You guys can do whatever you want. Flake he doesn't really have plans. He just sort of moves. Yeah. Anybody else have other things they want to do before I do that?
Let's see here.
Is everybody back?
I think so.
Sounds like
yeah, I'm back.
You're talking. Okay.
Yeah.
I know Baz is back.
Yeah.
Birk, you back?
Mm-hmm.
God, I hate playing online.
Oh.
I miss faces.
Oh.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if we could ever play again, I'm face waterfalling all of you. Just fucking John Travolta.
Oh.
Every one of you bastards gets a face waterfall.
Face waterfall. It's very touching, Caleb.
Just give us time to mentally prepare for it. We'll accept it.
Nope. I'm just coming right at you. Grubby little hands. All right, I go to the Hooded Lantern.
All right. Yeah.
There is the proprietor.
Oh, hello. It's me. It's a nice one.
I have heard you've been robbed by these ne'er-do-wells.
Yes.
Calling themselves grinders. They say they're of the people.
No, they didn't say much of anything. They said, give us all your money and everything valuable. And they smashed up the place to scare us off so we wouldn't shoot them. Yes.
Do you recognize any of them?
Oh, they're quite distinct. They something they said they look quite well. I like you, but worse. There's apparently a lot of mutations in the water or in the air in Lockport. A lot of them are mutated, like scaly skin or weird eyes or deformed limbs.
I am not here to body shame. Do you have a name?
Oh well, Darrett was there.
Darrett?
Yeah, he was bossing them one. Yeah, he's bigger than you even.
Yes. Good. You will give me coin now.
We don't have any coin.
You will give me 1 coin. How much did they steal?
All of it. Like 7 coins worth?
Well, you will give me 1 coin when I return. This is essential.
Okay, please don't hurt us.
I will not. The 1 coin is to not hurt you. You would be under the protection of the blind eyes. I want you to tell your friends in the business community about this.
Oh.
But I understand you have not seen my wares. I will be back soon.
Yeah, okay.
Darrett, you said, you are certain.
Yeah, he was there. They said, Darrett, should we break the tables? And he said yes.
Yes. A golden.
Okay.
I'm leaving.
Right.
Where's Tarrant?
Darrett?
Yeah, whatever his name is.
You don't know. You'd have to make some sort of action to do that. Figure out where he is. So how do you want to figure that out?
They have barges, right?
Yeah, they have some canal boats.
Do not take the ghost boat to ramming speed.
No, I won't. Would command get me that if I?
Well, they do have a headquarters. He might be there, but like, even with your ability to fight a large group, like it would, if you go to their headquarters, you're not gonna have a good time. Like,
yeah, I know. Would command get me information about him?
Yeah,
if I shake somebody down.
Yeah, I would say that's risky. If you get a partial,
who would likely know that information?
Oh, there's all kinds of snitches, and there's Wicker. He's over there. He's not too far away. He loves spreading gossip and stuff like that. You can shake him down. I'll say it's risky. If you get a partial, you'll attract unwanted attention.
All right, I'll go to Wicker then.
Okay. So
where's he at? What's he doing?
He is basically near the fish market. He is a fishmonger selling eels.
I walk up to him then.
Okay.
Yeah, it is Wicker, yes?
Oh, yeah. Hi, Flake. Long time no see.
Is this today's catch?
Yeah, there's today's, there's yesterday's.
The membranes are thick. They look very good.
Yeah. You gonna be cooking these?
Oh no, I do raw. It's not the cooking, it ruins flavor. There is this Tarrant man from the grinders. I need to find him.
Tarrant?
We have much to discuss. Yes.
Do you want to meet with him?
Of a sort, yes.
You just want to know where he is?
Yes, that would help. If he could meet me somewhere, perhaps dark. Soundproof would be exceptional. With a drain would just make things very easy.
You know, if you get a basket of the day-old deal, I bet there'd be some. I recommend that.
Certainly, Fred.
All right,
I pay him a coin.
All right. Well, so go ahead and make your command roll. See how successful it is.
All right, I push myself for an extra die.
Mm-hmm.
I did train this. If I can ever unlock my playbook, I will be very good at telling people what to do. Yep.
All right. With a 6, yeah. He's like, well, yeah, he is, he goes to this, he has this, habit of going into, delivering food and supplies to, Dunslow, you know, the prison camp. He does this by himself, but he's bought eels from me before and, took him straight there. He mentioned something. Yeah, so he does that by himself, and he should be going to in a few hours. You know the path to Dunslow. Yeah.
Yes, I do very well.
Mm-hmm.
He goes through the living quarters outside the prison?
No, just at the wall, basically. He makes a handoff there. He never goes into Dunslow himself. I guess he doesn't want to be spotted by the Bluecoats.
Fair. Do you know when he will do this?
So Dunslow's like on the south side of the city. You're like in the northwest. So like, in a few hours, you should be able to spot him pretty easily. He's the biggest guy there on the path there.
Good. Thank you, friend.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any issues with grinders? Have they caused you trouble?
Not yet, but they busted up the hooded lantern not too long ago. That was
Oh yes. You should be there tonight. The hooded lantern is a good place.
Oh.
Bring the whole fish market. Bring all your friends.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Very good.
Is Aaron? Is Salvage making a semi-automatic blowgun?
No, I'm just.
I'm sorry.
Him on the road and murder him.
Birk made the joke of the BG-15, so they just put tactical blowdart guns, and it actually came up on Amazon.
Holy shit! It's got a sling.
Yeah,
it's the dumbest thing I've ever fucking seen. Yeah. God, that is fucking great.
How much is this piece of shit?
God, that is the most mall ninja thing I've ever seen.
It is extremely mall ninja.
Fuck. Is that a pump action grip on it for some stupid, like a tactical grip?
Yeah.
There's a Picatinny rail on that thing.
It's only $25.
Yeah, what kind of optics you can mount on your fucking blowgun? Jesus Christ.
Sorry,
you can put a flashlight on it. Yeah. No worries.
Don't apologize. This is the best thing
I've ever seen. All right.
Well,
I informed the blind eyes that I'm going to find this Terra guy and murder him very publicly. That's Flake's go war. They could do what they want in addition to that, or that'll supplement it. But
no, that your long-term you did have a long-term project going to frame him for your crime, but you can't do that if he's dead.
Yeah, well, they should hurry up then.
Okay. So
I am reckless and vicious.
Absolutely frame a dead person, just to be 100% clear.
For purposes of game mechanics, they have to be alive. The blue coat, the Iron Hook jailers don't get any. The blue coats don't get any kickbacks if they send a body to the prison. They have to.
They probably do.
Yeah. No. Prison industrial complex. You need a live body, live person to frame for your crimes.
Here's a thought. I mean, I'm down for the murdering, especially if it disarms the war. Since I was sort of front and center for the last heist, I mean, can I essentially elect to sit this one out and try to finish up getting him framed before he dies?
Okay, yeah, you could do that. You're at 4 out of 8 right now. I'll say the Flake clock is 6, 0 out of 6 right now. So you have 6 time units to do things. To finish framing him, to do that. But then Flake cannot kill him. He could cripple him and let the bluecoats pick him up. But Flake cannot kill him. So, but yeah.
Flake, buddy, pal.
Yes.
We're trying to do one of those, trying to use a resource for 2 different things at once here. So maybe if this thing with Barrett, maybe not full on killy, just like rough him up real good, knock him out, break his legs. I don't care. He just needs to live. Can you do that for me?
All this planning. This is how you lose. You sit around, you make a plan. You need to move. You need to move fast. It's disruptive.
I agree with you. Move as fast as you need to. Just don't move so fast you move him to death.
It is fine. I will be waiting.
There's probably a ghost prison industrial complex.
Yeah, but those people get put into hulls and shit like that. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go to Dunslow, am I going to be instantly arrested?
It would be Dunslow would put not instantly. I mean, they'd have to find. I mean, if they spot you, they're definitely going to. I
couldn't visit a prisoner or something.
If you were discreet and in disguise, you could do it. You can't just walk in there because it is a big ass prison camp that they use for slave labor essentially. Yeah, it's a. Let's see, where are the? Yeah, there's a labor camp in it. Super, yeah.
Well, Dunslow's the whole neighborhood and the prison.
Yeah. Well, no, Ironhook Prison's a separate thing. No, Ironhook Prison is in there, so yeah.
Yeah, Ironhook Prison is in Dunslow, and Dunslow is the neighborhood for the relatives of the people in prison.
So heavy blue coat presence there. So if you get seen by police, they will definitely probably arrest you. You are wanted level 2, and you are pretty distinct. So yeah, if they see you, they'll do that. But it's you can easily you can make actions to avoid them. Prowl. Would be a good way of sneaking around undetected, or if you had disguise.
I'm from Dunslow, though.
Okay. Well, then you could use social actions to get people to help to smuggle you in.
All right, I guess I will do that then.
Yeah.
But he doesn't go inside. He doesn't even go into the neighborhood.
No, he just goes right at the bridge and hands off food to someone else.
Well, I'll go into Dunslow, and then I'll meet him at the bridge, I guess.
Yeah.
But you guys can do stuff.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a 6 o'clock to finish framing Darrett for the crimes. So, but again, he has to be alive. He doesn't have to be in very good condition, but he has to be able to stand trial to be convicted and thrown in prison. So, yeah. Let's see. So, Vimes, you said you had something in mind to frame him, or no?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have subterfuge supplies, which includes various papers and inks. So I'm just gonna pretend that Darrett is really bad at OPSEC, and I am going to write up some plans for the things that we did in his handwriting.
Okay, yeah. That'll take 1 time unit to write those out. And then they will not add to the plan yet, but when you plant them, that'll be a separate action. That'll add 2 to it. So you have to plant them somewhere. But yeah. So.
Cool. All right. Well, that's what I'm doing for my first time unit.
All right. So other people can do things as well. Audra, did you want to contribute to the framing? That'll be a controlled roll, by the way. If you get a partial, it'll just add 1 to the thing when you plant it.
Okay.
Yeah. Audra, or did you have anything?
I'll actually contribute to the framing. I'll
yeah. All right. How do you want to do that?
What are we trying to frame him for exactly?
Your crimes, any of them.
On the fog.
Yeah, the patrol boat would be a good
specifically
idea.
the
Yeah,
fog.
yeah.
Then I will go around the various social hubs like tavern, like bars and stuff, and just drop various hints while I socialize and carouse with people that possible information that may incriminate him. And
You know what? You could just go real basic, it was a foggy day on the patrol boat. They don't know who it is, but they know it was someone real big, and you know who's the biggest guy around.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, he's bigger than Flake, right?
Yeah, that'd definitely be consort, but that would be controlled.
All right, I'll make a consort roll for that.
All right, let's take your first time unit for you.
This count as weaving the web.
Yeah,
or
definitely.
That just be for gathering information.
I mean, you're definitely weaving a web, so
okay.
I would count that.
6, 5, and a 5.
All right, you're at 5 on 8 now for framing Darrett. And Salvage and Audra, did you want to do anything for framing this dude?
Because we're trying to continue to frame him for that works. You know what? Since we're on this, finding a way to do we have access to either his living spaces or the bases that the places where he's frequenting?
You know where the headquarters of the gang is, but it's heavily guarded.
Is it?
I mean, I'm going to have to get in there anyway to plant these documents. So what's your deal? And maybe I can help.
Planting more blow dart guns, putting the rash of those on him.
I fucking love it. Yeah.
All right, give me a tinker check.
Absolutely. To carve his initials in it or something.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately not.
Yep. It was controlled, so yeah, you just wasted your time.
My bad. Okay. Realized I rolled in the fucking general chat or the other chat. My bad.
No worries.
How dare?
Okay. How dare? Audra, are you gonna do anything? Let's see here. You could fabricate evidence. Yeah.
I had like a propaganda joke idea of just getting Rodolfo to design some badass brochures. And just pay a street urchin to distribute them.
I mean, that would work.
I love it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
Extra, read all about it.
Yeah, but they're like, we get him to do it professionally, so it's all...
Yeah. That would be sway to get Rafaela to do it.
I'll just owe him
yeah.
I'll just trade him a favor. I'll take him out ghost hunting in exchange.
All right, so he agrees to do that, so that'll add... All right. All right, so you're at 6 out of 8. So if you plant this evidence... have you made the roll to fabricate it yet? Vimes?
No, he's doing...
No, Vimes. Did you roll?
No, not to plant.
Well, did you roll to make it, though?
Nope, let me get on that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll assist with that then, since I'm dealing with the creative.
Okay, so let's say this is finesse, probably, to copy handwriting, and I'll push myself for 3.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And there's a success.
Yep. All right, so yeah, if you do this will be enough to frame him. So you need to put it somewhere on him. So when he gets arrested, or put it somewhere where the Bluecoats will find and believe that it comes from him. So like at the scene of one of their crimes, right after they do it, but before the Bluecoats show up. Or if you put it in the headquarters, like how are the cops going to find it though? Because the cops are definitely not going to raid their headquarters because they're cowards. They're not going to raid it unless they...
even after they get in a dust-up with them?
Well, that means...
Yeah, they're cowards, but they're cops, aren't they? Just fucking vindictive?
Well, you're not really engineering an ambush against the cops, right? Are you, though? You haven't started on
that. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Flake is just...
Flake is just going off to murder or nearly murder a person. So... what do you want to do? You could wait until Flake does it. You could just wait until Flake does it. Yeah. And, all right. And then just plan it on him. All right. So yeah, your plan will work, assuming Flake doesn't murder, Derek. So we can just cut to, Flake, doing this. So Flake, it's a long path from the docks to Dunslow. And you said you were going to wait. You were confront him at the bridge right before he makes a handoff, or are you going to wait? Okay. Are you just going to walk up and start punching him, or are you going to put any thought?
I'm in my armor, wearing like a poncho.
Sure.
Chimney paws. I'm just going to stand in the middle of the fucking bridge and wait for him, samurai style.
Okay. He is a huge dude, and he is also wearing concealed clothing that also has a vest. So this is going to be wreck or skirmish, your choice, but it's definitely going to be desperate because he is
definitely skirmish.
Yeah. It is. He has also a quick draw pistol, so that pops into his hands and gets a shot off at you before
Does he say anything, or he just runs at me?
Oh, he knows who you are.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're standing very distinctly in the middle of that. Okay. So like he just shoots you, and then charges. This is going to be desperate.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, you'll have to mark off the armor already. 1 unit of armor for the shot.
Fine.
Yeah. But desperate, I would say a partial is going to be a level 3. A failure is going to be a level 4 harm. And then a partial is a level 3 harm. And then a full success is going to be a level 2 harm. There's no way you're not getting off of this without having to make a prowess check.
That's fine.
Desperate.
All right, skirmish. I'm just running at him.
Yeah.
Are there people watching, or is it just us on the?
Oh yeah, there's people watching. You're definitely going to generate a lot of heat with this. Like, well,
cool.
that sounds cool. And actually, I'm going to say he's not a one-shot character. That's going to be a 0 out of 4 o'clock. So the first one.
Oh, no, that's fine. I imagine.
Yeah. Partial will be 1 success. A normal success will be 2, and then a failure is obviously 0. So yeah, go ahead and make your skirmish roll. Partial. So that's 1 out of 4 for him, for downing him, and that is a level 3 harm for you, unless you make a prowess check.
Can't I just burn armor?
Or you can burn armor. So yeah,
I burned another armor.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you can keep on fighting. Still desperate. Actually, no, this is now risky. I'm not going to feed you that much experience.
Okay.
Because he is going to, it is, still fighting, but now the harm is all downgraded by 1 level for fighting, because now you're just in the middle, just wailing on each other. So it's level 3 if you fail, level 2 if you get a partial, and level 1 if you get a full success.
Okay.
All right.
Full success.
All right, so that's a level 1 harm, or you can make a prowess check.
I will take a level 1 harm. How does he hurt me?
Let's see here. Yeah, so narrating, you're 2 huge dudes just slamming into each other. I would say he kicks the inside of your knee, like or knees your knee to try and like cause your legs to buckle, and that hurts. You actually feel that. You respond by rabbit punching him in the ear, causing him to spit out blood. So you're at 2 out of 4
okay.
Fighting him. So yeah.
I continue.
Mm-hmm.
Critical success.
All right, that'll end the fight, but it's still another level 1 harm for you, unless you want to make a prowess check.
I'll burn my last armor.
Okay.
I want to throw a flashback in here that just as he was starting to like walk up the bridge, that there was like a press of the crowd, and that was when I used my opportunity to plant the documents on him.
Okay. That would be some kind of roll, and 1. I would say no, 0 for the flashback. That was pretty well telegraphed, but you need to make some kind of roll to plant it. So what do you want to use?
Okay. Prowl?
Yeah, that would be perfect. And your heat goes up by 2 because you had a big ass public brawl with someone, another gang boss, in the middle of the street, samurai style.
And I'll push myself for it. Partial.
All right, so you succeed, but I'll say you get 1. You take 1 stress from that, as you are like, oh god, an elbow, you're not sure whose, nearly clips you in the head. So yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
All right, so he is on the ground.
Are we near Dunslaw?
Yeah. You said you were on the bridge right in front of it. So
can I do anything to mitigate the heat?
I don't know.
It's literally a prison camp.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck is going to go talk to cops? That's what I want to know. Like, who's so in love with the blue coats that they're going to be like,
oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, mister.
If you make a risky command roll, you can just yell at nobody saw anything.
Yeah, I will.
All right.
I'll burn stress on that.
Okay. I will say if you succeed, obviously you'll your heat will stay at 4 instead of going up. If you get a partial, it goes up to 5. But yeah, no, you got so it's still at 4. So he the question is, are you going to control yourself to not kill him? Because you are reckless and vicious. So Flake, he is you can tell he's still breathing.
I guess.
Okay.
I'm not happy about
If I
it, though.
have to.
All right. Well, you're not getting that bonus XP for being vicious and reckless.
I know.
Because you're very. You had a lot of self control this session.
But in this case,
yeah.
Flake is hurt by his trauma because he wants to do it but can't.
That would require a resolve roll to be hurt. Yeah, because he's just you'd have to suffer something mechanically to get
he's
that.
Suffering.
Okay. Do you want to make that resolve check, Flake?
There's more grinders, right?
Yeah, this is just one of their leaders.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I can get my willies out elsewhere.
Yeah.
I'm going back to the place.
Okay.
Looking for grinders on the way.
Okay. Let's see. All right.
My team can have this one, but
okay. So you succeed.
I whistle. All the dogs come out of the crowd and start following.
Your wanted level goes down to 1. They blame the patrol boat incident on him, as he is quickly picked up. Your heat does not go up because you were yelling. It was raining, obviously, because it was a big ass, 2 huge dudes beating the shit out of each other. So it has to have been raining. I'm sorry I didn't mention that earlier. But,
Thank you.
Yeah, but there were a lot of people watching, but they all turn around as soon as you yell defiantly, covered in blood, both your own and his, that, nobody saw anything. So if are you going straight to their headquarters, or are you going to just try and find a smaller group of the grinders?
Literally the first ones I see.
Okay. I'll make a luck check whether to see how bad it is. You want a high roll to be a more manageable group. 1. Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, you get almost to their headquarters. In fact, you're inside of their headquarters, the dock warehouse, and there's like 20 of them, all heavily armed. They're about to go out on a heist to load into the boat and go, and they see you covered in blood, and they know who you are. What are you gonna do?
Fuck it, I whistle. Dogs come pouring in after me. I'm just diving in.
Okay, you're summoning the dogs. Okay, so the dogs will downgrade that to a risky roll instead of desperate. So as your horde of vicious dogs opens fire and draws a lot of fire away from you. So there's just a huge battle going on at the docks now. Skirmish or wreck.
Definitely skirmish.
Yep.
Just diving in. Yeah.
I would say
I will spend my 2 to do the fight a big group thing.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
So you won't take any harm if you get a success. You'll take a level 1 harm if you get a partial, but you get a full success. All right. All right. So you're beating them into that. So you knock several of them into the water. The pilot of the boat just drives off with the people who jumped on. You're driving them back to their warehouse, which is armored and fortified, and they have murder holes. So you've definitely claimed turf from them.
Any of them left behind?
Yeah, there's a couple of them that have been wounded or are dead.
All right, I grab one of the wounded ones and start dragging him behind me towards the lantern.
This is going to be 4 heat.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yep. So you're a heat 8, almost back to wanted level 2. But between these 2 actions, I'd say you've won your gang war with them. They're going to.
I'm not done.
Okay.
I am not done.
Okay.
Oh God.
Well, they're in their headquarters, and they have if you're charging on open ground against rifle fire that's in behind.
No, I'm just taking the one I got and dragging his ass back to the hooded lantern. Yeah, I'm not pursuing them anymore.
Oh, okay. All right, so you take him back. This will add more heat if you do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay.
Reckless.
Yeah. Is anybody else going to intervene, or all right?
Nope.
Just escalate it. just assume that we can read Flake and know that this was going to get bad. Like, if it's going to happen, I guess we might as well take the grinders out.
Yeah.
I'm a blunt instrument.
Salty going salty. Flake gonna flake. So we let Flake do his thing.
All right, so you're at wanted level 2 now, but at heat 0. So, good job. And you can make a controlled command roll for your performance.
All right, I drag him through the muddy streets by his hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I go in front of the hooded lantern where there are hopefully many people, including the lady who owns it.
Mm-hmm.
And I wait for them to come out front.
Mm-hmm. They come out front.
What was the guy's name who I just beat the shit out of on the bridge?
Oh, the leader, that's Darrett.
Darrett is no more. This is another grinder, one of many. Proprietor, how much did they steal from you?
7 coins.
Good. This costs 1. I have never been good at math, but I think all of you should make the wise financial decision. Then I'm going to whistle and have the dogs just eat him in front of them.
Okay.
So I'm a discount.
Holy shit.
I'm a discount. You pay me for protection, and it's 1 coin.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna have the dogs eat them in live in front of the bar. And
all right.
Walk away.
Yeah. No. All right. All right. So you have a side business now. I'll say that's your claim. Your new
passive
claim.
income.
Yeah. Anytime during downtime, roll dice equal to your high tier. You earn coins equal to the highest result minus your heat. Well, your heat 0 right now. So, good job on that.
So just walking away in the rain as he screams.
Yeah. All right. Good job. I'm
subtle.
You very subtle. The most subtle.
Mm-hmm.
So that ends that heist scores. So the grinders are still around, but they've been downgraded to tier 1. And so they're not going. They're at -2 with you now. They're going to back off. They definitely don't like you, but they have to do some structural reorganizing. So
they just lost 3 dudes worth of dude just on Darrett.
Yep. Let's see here. All right. You're at wanted level 2, but you're at 0 heat right now. So let's see what your entanglement is. 6 cooperation. Okay. The Leviathan Hunters want you to do a favor for them. So they want you to get something for them to bring it into the city. So that could be the next job. Yeah, so we'll just Leviathan Hunters want a favor. So we'll deal with that next time. So that's pretty easy to do. Downtime activities. Oh yeah, first money. So let's find out. So it's just a D6 this time because your heat 0. 4. Your group gets 4 coin. So someone can figure out.
You have crew sheet, right, Birk?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. You got between your 2. Let's see here. I would say you earned a total of 4 rep for your 2 operations, your 2 scores. And then we can go into downtime. So, Salty, what do you want to do for your downtime activities? You're back to 2 activities now.
Yay. I will be relieving some stress.
Okay. And so you can just go and roll for that. I assume everybody's going to be relieving stress as their first activity. So if you are relieving stress as your first downtime, just go ahead and roll. Okay. And let me know if you overindulge, which again is you roll higher than what you had. Did you overindulge?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
The key is to accrue more stress than you can possibly get.
Exactly.
In one roll, yeah.
All right.
Yes, exactly 6. And I had exactly 6.
I am going to say you bragged, especially about the swan boat. So yeah, you couldn't keep your mouth shut, Salvage. So you got 2 heat for that. Yeah, exactly. Look at it. We put a bandana. It's the blind swan now. Isn't my customization of it great?
It's so angry.
Yeah. Didn't Narcus claim this was stolen? Oh, okay. That's neat. I definitely won't tell everybody. Anyway,
we're real criminals.
Yep.
We're dumb as shit, telling everyone what we do.
All right, Salty. What do you want as your second activity?
Training insight further.
Okay. Yeah, pretty easy to do. Vimes, what about you?
Oh, for the second one, skip me for the second.
Okay.
I was thinking about something else.
All right. Flake.
Healing.
Okay. Go ahead and roll on the clock. 2 dice.
How many? Is it 2 dice?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I get 3. I've got the vigorous thing.
Okay. Well, then roll 3 dice. 5 is 3 segments. You're 3 out of 4 to heal.
All right, I'm healed.
Oh, you were already partially healed?
Vigorous gives you 1 permanently in the clock.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Damn. You heal quickly.
Yeah, I just do one thing, man.
You're very good at it. Audra, what do you want to do as your second downtime?
I'm just going to eat the stress because I only am at 1.
Okay.
So I don't think it's worth rolling.
Yeah, you'd probably overindulge.
Yeah, which would be kind of fun.
Yeah. But. What do you want to do for yours? You could work. The only long-term project you have right now is police contact, which is 2 out of 6.
Nah.
Okay.
I will train prowess.
All right, that's 2 XP because of your crew upgrade.
Yep.
And let's see here. Salvage.
I would actually like to start because part of that, you can start a long-term project, correct?
You can start at one, yeah. If you want to craft something, you never. I don't think you ever specify what your free schematic is, so you could.
Yeah, we haven't done. Oh no, I think I thought we had used that for something, but in any case, though. So since we have the ship, and even though I tried to blame this on somebody else, but it didn't work, I really want to do I've seen the effectiveness of the blow dart gun, so I would like to figure out a way to automate that as a shipboard weapon for the yacht. Just
okay.
Create a ballista of blow dart guns.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, how are you going to blow out?
So it'll be pneumatically powered. It would be powered by... Yeah,
so, yeah, we're going to do a pneumatic...
That's not a blow gun. That's
a harpoon launcher. It's a harpoon.
That's a missile launcher.
Yeah. A ballista, yeah.
But it's branding.
Okay,
it's branding.
Okay.
All right. You could well, the thing is, if you get 1 free schematic, so that could be your schematic. Yes. And then you could just start building it. Okay.
Okay. Then I will declare.
All right. So write that on your character sheet that's your schematic is a mount. Yeah. Ballista. Well, it's sure. However you want to call it. And then make a tinker check. Let's see, and it's under crafting.
Oh shit! I still have
crafting 224.
I mean, if it's not a pneumatic harpoon gun, then ghosts, obviously.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's powered. Yeah, the pneumatics are powered by ghosts.
Yeah.
All right. Tinker check. All right.
All right. Just a base 1.
You can spend +1 quality per coin spent, +1 for quality. Yeah.
Okay. So, and I don't have any other coins available right now.
So no, that's to upgrade the quality. So just go ahead and make. Yeah.
The check. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's not a long-term project. You just make it, since you already have the schematics.
Okay.
So this is determine the tier of it. A 4. Yeah, it's a tier 1 ballista then. So
okay.
Actually, no, it's a tier 2 because you have workshop, so that upgrades.
Oh, you're right.
So, but you can spend coin to improve the tier, but it's already tier 2. So, yeah, it's definitely conspicuous and yeah. So it's a big ass fucking ballista. It's a big ass mounted weapon, so it's conspicuous. It's not concealed. But yeah, you certainly have it, and you can have it as just being standard spears, or you could have it with like syringe kind of shots. I'd say those are the only 2 shots you have off the top. So
upgrades can come later for other loadouts.
Yeah, so you have a big ass weapon that you could punch holes in things, or you shoot them full of drugs. I mean, thing is, if you shoot a human with this thing, it's probably going to kill them anyway. It's like a level 3 harm by default.
So you're saying they'll overdose?
Yeah. Also from the chest, from the hole in their chest.
Right. They're going to overdose on blow dart.
Yeah, well, actually, no, I'll let you choose, Aaron. How big are these projectiles? Like, they have to be pretty big and heavy if you want them to have a long range. And if it's a mounted weapon, you can make it a big-ass thing. You can make it like a harpoon size. It's just, if you hit somebody with a harpoon, it's going to fucking kill them.
Yeah, this is going to be the first variation on that Morzeteer weapon. Later on, we will develop maybe different cartridges that have smaller payloads that will not immediately.
Yeah, you can make like a gas. You could have one with like that's tipped with like an explosive that like releases an aerosol, like a gas bomb.
Exactly. So
okay,
so
but that would be you'd have to make schematics for that. Like
that's a later a later problem.
Yeah. So if there's a big ass monster, you could dart it up really good. Or you can, I would say you can have harpoon shots for free that will launch a spear with a line on it that'll be attached to the ship, so you can. You go whaling. Well, you don't want to go whaling with this. It's still a fucking yacht. It would not last on the open waters. But
it's okay. If we get to aim with it, we now have a free breaching point for any shoreside buildings.
Yeah. You can grapple up things too, like zipline kind of shit, pretty easily now. So yeah, that's a good point. Vimes, you still had a.
I'll work on the police contact.
Okay. Long-term project. What do you want to roll? Sway or consort?
Probably consort. I don't think I can reasonably do this with lies, so I'm just going to go find someone amenable.
Yeah.
Got a 3.
All right, that adds 1. You're at 3 out of 6. Okay. You can't fail. It's just you don't get as many segments on that clock. So. Yep. Cool. You're halfway there. So, that ends this session. Next session, you'll have to do a job for the Leviathan Hunters. But
how are we on crew XP and crew rep?
I don't know off the top of my head. Birk, is the crew ready to level up off the top of your head? You earned 4 this session.
Yeah, I think that puts us over.
Okay. So I think you then just need the coins, which I think is like based on your.
We have 8 right now.
You have 8. Let's see here. The crew upgrades. Here we go.
Maybe more. I might have forgotten to write one down last week. Okay. But we did a couple jobs for free, though. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. Let's see here. Choose special abilities.
So XP and regular on separate tracks. When we fill XP, we get like special abilities or advances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the crew has a whole thing on 91. It's just leveling up the crew. Seems to be a different section, which is kind of annoying, but
I think we're ready for both an advance and a tier up if we can afford it.
Yeah, that's the thing is if you only have 8 in the vault in your stash, I think you're not quite there yet. I think it's based on your tier too. Advancement. Here we go. Crew advance. It's 49.
You want 44 develop.
Let's see here.
Did we get a second thing of turf?
Yeah, you did. Side business.
Oh, that's our side business. Okay.
Yeah. I mean that makes sense organically.
Hey, one more turf and we get Ancient Gate.
Yeah.
So, are we at strong or weak hold right now?
Oh, I think you're at weak hold. So you just advance to stronghold.
Right. Clear the rep tracker.
Okay. So yeah, that means you don't have to spend money. So yeah, you're now at a stronghold level.
Then we can do an XP advance for the crew separately.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's on 49.
Yeah.
Does that buy us another special ability?
When you feel it, clear the marks to take a new special ability or mark 2 upgrade boxes. So you can take a new smuggler special ability or 2 upgrades. So, let's see here. The smuggler stuff is on page
120.
Yep, 120. So the special abilities are like part of the family. All hands.
Yeah, let's take just passing through. A free -1 heat per downtime. Good Lord, do we need that?
When heat is 4 or less.
No, that's a secondary thing.
Yeah.
When your heat is
When he's 4 or less,
you get an extra
1D
die.
to see people. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
I don't know why you think we need that.
Just pass
So
it.
actually,
I'm a ghost. Right?
Or you could take 2 upgrades. The upgrades are smuggler rigging, camouflage, elite rovers, barge, blah 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 blah. So,
no, we need to address our fucking heat
all right,
on a more manageable basis.
All right. You take just passing through, so now your heat is 1. Be sure to remind me every time you do downtime activity. But yeah, that makes sense. So you have a stronghold now. So now the next time you fill up your rep box, you will be able to upgrade your tier. So we don't have to worry about the money right now. But yeah, sounds good. So next time we will deal with the Leviathan hunters and whatever they want. So, but yeah, thank you all for listening. Sorry, any questions, comments, suggestions? You guys have fun with this one?
Yeah, it's a lot of
Good
fun.
times.
Yep. Blood Tiles coming to a... Yeah, definitely going to be a real spin-off game. We'll definitely work on that.
Yeah, I love how it was like a genteel gambling heist and then murder.
just a lot of murder.
We are criminals. Like
I know, it's just like the two. It was the juxtaposition.
It was a rich tapestry of crime. All right, we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.